Hello guys, my name is Cindy and this is my video.
Help me help you.
Hello everyone. So, today I'm gonna tell you 10 human impact on environment. Well, we as humans have become dependent on luxury such as car, house, and even our cell phone. But what does our love manufacture metallic? And was it good to do the environment? Human activity can be directly attributed to the cause of hundreds of extinctions in the last 2 centuries versus the million of years the extinction naturally occurred. As we progress through the 21st century, humans have changed the world in unprecedented ways. There are 10 human impact on environment. So let's start from the first.
Survival used to mean replicating. That, however, is quickly becoming true for the opposite as we reach the maximum carrying capacity that our planet can sustain. Overpopulation has grown into epidemic since mortality rate have decreased. Medicine has improved and methods of industrial farming were introduced, thus keeping humans alive for much longer and increase the total population. The effects of overpopulation are quite severe, with one of the most severe being the degradation of the environment. Humans require space, and a lot of it, whether it's for farmland and industry, which also take up tons of space. An increased population results in more clear cutting, resulting in several damaged ecosystems. Without enough trees to filter air, CO2 level increase which carry the potential to damage every single organism on Earth. Another issue is our dependency on coal and fossil fuel for energy. The larger the population, the more fossil fuel will be used. The use of fossil fuels results in copious amount of carbon dioxide into the air, turning and the extinction of thousands of species, which adds on to the effect that forest depletion already has. Humanity continuously requires more space with devastated ecosystem and increased CO2 level, further devastating the decayed environment. The planet can only sustain so much damage until it will begin to damage us.
Second, pollution.
Pollution is everywhere, from the threshold of the freeway to the million of metric tons of population pumped into the atmosphere every year. It's obvious. Pollution is inescapable. Pollution is so bad that today 2.4 billion people do not have access to clean water sources. Humanity is continuously polluting indispensable resources like air, water, and soil, which require millions of years to replenish. Air is arguably the most polluted, with the US producing 140 million metric tons of air pollution each year alone. In 1950s, smoke was so bad in LA that the ground level ozone surpassed 500 part billion volume, well above the nation's ambient air quality standard of 75 ppbf. People thought they were under forage attack as smoke burning their eyes and left an odor of bleach in the air. That is when the devastating effect of aerosols was discovered. While air quality in the US has slightly improved, the quality in developing countries continues to plummet as smoke continuously blocks out the sun in the densest shroud population.
Third, global warming.
Global warming is arguably the greatest cause of impact to the environment, the largest of cause emanating through CO2 level from respiration to more detrimental causes like burning fossil fuel and deforestation. At any rate, humans are consistently increasing CO2 level globally every year. The highest level of CO2 in recorded history before 1950 was about 300 parts per billion. However, current measurements of CO2 level have exceeded above 400 ppm, abolishing every record dating back 400,000 years. The increase of CO2 emission has contributed to the planet's average temperature increasing almost a whole degree. As the temperature increases, Arctic land ice and glacier melt, which cause the ocean level to rise at a rate of 3.42 mm per year, allowing more water to absorb more heat, which melt more ice, creating a positive feedback loop which will cause the ocean to rise 1 till 4 feet by 2100.
4. Climate change.
A global temperature increase with a pattern on Earth will drastically change. While some areas will experience longer growing seasons, others will become barren wasteland as water will deplete in vast areas, turning one's floral region in desert. The increase will impact weather patterns, promising more intense hurricanes in both size and frequency, as well as intensifying and prolonging drought and heat waves. But air polluting does not just affect the environment. The evidence is mounting that poor air quality and rising temperature are ruining delicate ecosystems, even leading to increased asthma and cancer rates in humans.
6. Ocean acidity.
Ocean acidification is caused when CO2 dissolves into the ocean, bonding with seawater, creating carbonic acid. The acid reduces the pH level in the water, essentially changing the ocean acidity by 30% in the last 200 years, a level that the ocean has not been at in over 20 million years. The acidity depletes the calcium concentration, making it difficult for crustaceans to build their shell, leaving them vulnerable without their armor. Between the global temperature rise of 1 degree and the ocean acidification, scientists say a quarter of all coral reefs are considered damaged beyond repair, with 2/3 under serious threat. Coral reefs are home to 25% of aquatic life, many of which are responsible for the natural filtration of the ocean and the production of necessary nutrients that are vital for livelihood under the sea. However, oxidation is not only the water threat.
7.
Million tons of garbage dumped into the ocean. Not only is garbage introduced into the ocean, but also excessive amount of fertilizer that find its way into the ocean through rains, flood, wind, or dumped in excess right into the larger produce of oxygen we have. Year after year, millions of tons of garbage is dumped into the ocean. Since the garbage mainly consists of plastic, it is the larger indissoluble. The garbage accumulate in large vortices across the ocean. Marine life, including the longer-head sea turtle, are tricked into the thinking they are eating food, when really it is only a floating plastic bag or other poisonous plastic that will be cause starvation or suffocation to any unfortunate animal that mistakenly ingests it. Pollution is the number one threat to all aquatic life.
Deforestation.
With an exponential expansion in human beings, more food, material, and shelter are being manufactured at stupendous rates, mostly stemming from forestry. Forests are cleared to make way for new human, which in turn make more human. You can see the problem. An estimated 18 million acres of trees are cleared, cut each year to make way for new development and wood products. That is just under half of all the trees on the planet since the Industrial Revolution began, with trees being one of the larger producers of oxygen. Clearly, that is not a good thing for humans, and especially not for the animal that's called the forest home, with millions of different species that live in forests. Deforestation is a major threat to their survival.
9. Acid rain.
When humans burn coal, sulfur dioxide and nitrogen oxide are released into the atmosphere, where they rise up and accumulate in the clouds until the cloud becomes saturated in rain acid, causing havoc on the ground beneath. When the rain falls, it accumulates in water bodies, which is especially harmful for lakes and small bodies of water. The ground surrounding the water soak up the acid, depleting the soil essential nutrients. Trees that absorb the acid accumulate toxins that damage leaves and slowly kill large areas of forests. Acid rain has also been known to completely eliminate entire species of fish, causing a snowball effect of damage to the ecosystem that relies on diverse organisms to sustain the environment.
10. Ozone depletion.
Is renowned for its ability to absorb harmful UV rays that would otherwise be detrimental to the health of walk of life. Without an ozone layer, walking outside will be unbearable. Ozone is made up of three bonds of oxygen that float up to the stratosphere, where they absorb a substantial amount of UV radiation, protecting all life down below. It is imperative that we take care of the earth that we live on, but no matter what, the earth we live on, whether we live with it or not, solely depend on the decision and action we make next. Mother Nature is unrelenting, unforgiving force, so it is probably best if we treat her well. And maybe, just maybe, we can make up for the damage that has already been dealt. The best time to act was yesterday, the best we can do is today. But if we wait for tomorrow, it may just be too late.
So, that's all 10 human impact on environment. We as humans have to save our earth. So, thank you for watching my video. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.